Right now, we are following some breaking news out of Columbia. Now, this is happening near Fort Jackson Boulevard on I-77 in the Cedar Terrace area. Police say construction crews found an old ammo box at the site, and what was inside triggered a major response. We've now learned that materials including C4 along with detonation cord and blasting caps have been confirmed. Now, we've had a crew out at the scene since this story has come into our newsroom. We're going to go live to Kiki Gushu. And right now, Kiki, we know you've been following this story. What can you tell us right now? What's the scene looking like?
Xavier, if you were with us a little bit earlier, you definitely saw there were a lot more law enforcement vehicles behind me a little bit earlier. As they headed out, I caught up with one of the team members on that explosive ordnance disposal crew, and he told me that there really wasn't much that they found about the ammunition. It was so old that they actually couldn't read the serial numbers, so they can't really trace where it came from. He said from here, they're just going to go and dispose of that old ammunition in a safe manner. So that's really what we heard from tonight. But I also want to take a listen to what a QT worker here, we are on QT property, what she saw. Take a listen. And how long have you been working at this QT?
I've been working here for 3 years.
Awesome. Is this the first time something like this has happened?
Yes, this is the first time something big has ever happened. And it's new to me too, so.
What did they come in and talk to y'all? Did they tell y'all anything?
No, not yet. They haven't told us anything right now.
So were you nervous when you saw all the
Of course, because I was wondering what was going on and stuff, had me scared a little bit, but now it's nothing major, so.
And Kennedy kind of shared that response with a lot of other folks over in this area. They were just happy that no one was hurt and everybody was safe. They are going to investigate a little bit more. They have some crews out there from the ordnance disposal teams over at Shaw Air Force Base and from Fort Jackson, just kind of looking to see and make sure the rest of the area is secure and that the construction crews have been notified if they find anything else to let CPD know. Live in Columbia, Kiki Gushu, News 19, WLTX. Back to you, Xavier.
All right, Kiki, thanks so much. Well, as this situation continues to unfold, we want to bring in more perspective from law enforcement. Joining us now by phone is the Deputy Chief Melron Kelly with the Columbia Police Department to help walk us through what happened on the ground. Chief, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you guys? So approximately 8:45 this morning, we received a call from a construction crew about the 4800 block of Fort Jackson Boulevard, which is close to the Quick Trip gas station. They had discovered an ammo box that had been kind of rusted over, unsure what the exact contents were at that time. We immediately dispatched our emergency ordnance disposal unit along with Richland County, CFD, and EMS just to make sure as a precaution. As officers inspected the area, it was what we initially thought was C4 and some other materials. So we cordoned off the area. We had to do a very quick mandatory evacuation of Woodlawn Avenue that's adjacent to the site. We had to evacuate about 10 homes while we gathered the materials, and we took them off to be destroyed at a later site.
And Chief, I know you said that you guys had to do some evacuations. Should folks in that area, should they still be concerned at this moment?
Absolutely not. I think it was about 10 residences that had to be evacuated just as a precaution, because if they were in that impact area, in case something went bad, we wanted to make sure everyone was safe. Everyone has been able to return back to their houses. But what we are going to do, since we're in the area, we're just going to continue to canvass and walk the area with our ordnance explosive canines, just to make sure if they, find anything else in the area. We don't think that this was criminally related at all. This is just, some construction crews clearing the land, and it appeared that this material was in a heavily rusted box, so it's probably been there for decades.
Oh, wow. And as of right now, for folks who may not know, can you kind of explain what C4 material is?
Highly explosive material, generally used military or types of exercises, not commercially available. We are in close proximity to Fort Jackson, so we don't know if it, predates us from being here. It's just been there for a while, dating back probably to the 50s or 60s. We're just not sure. But that'll be a part of what we do in our after-action report, kind of gain some intelligence on how it got there, where it belonged, and things of that nature. Highly dangerous. Glad it was found. Absolutely thankful that nothing happened, but also thankful to the residents to help us, evacuate the area seamlessly. Everything worked out.
And as of right now, is there any idea of how long this investigation could last?
We will remain in the area for a few hours. The materials have been removed, but we're going to remain in the area to kind of get an idea of how long that area has been overgrown, what used to be there, things of that nature. So that'll be a part of our wrap up and after action process.
And just, I know you said that this C4 material, it can be very dangerous. So how thankful are you guys that the construction crew actually notified you all about this instead of just maybe throwing it in the trash or something along those lines?
I absolutely would hate to think what would have happened if we hadn't gotten that call. So we're so thankful for them to do that. But they're trained as well when they run across things when they're clearing land. You never can tell what's in the area. So they work with law enforcement to make sure they make the call. If you see something, say something, make the appropriate calls, and that's what happened in this regard.
Absolutely. And I know earlier our reporter was out on the scene and said that traffic was not impacted, that much. Do we know if that's still the case right now? Are you guys closing any lanes or keeping the area closed for drive-through traffic right now?
No, we're back to normal operations, as we call it. Nothing is obstructed. There are no obstructions to traffic. Our crews have packed up and we've left the area. Again, we have a few of our K9s on the ground just checking the area. You may see us back just walking the perimeter of the property and doing some wrap-up things. But no traffic is impacted. There are no barriers to traffic at all.
And my last question for you, I know you said that the C4 has been removed. As far as testing, what does that look like? What are you guys exactly testing for?
Well, while I'm not really well versed in this part of it, but I know our EOD technicians, they can tell by sight what type of material it is. They'll go through their protocols, and then they'll ultimately destroy whatever the device was or the ordinances were in a safe area. We work with the Richland County Sheriff's Department at their range to dispose of the material, and that's what will happen in this regard.
All right, Deputy Chief, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you adding that context to this story. And of course, if you're just joining us, we're going to continue to follow this developing story as it unfolds throughout the rest of this evening.